You said that your utilities were paid under your lease.
Yes.
Is that correct? Well, under your lease, it says resident is responsible for payment of all natural gas, electricity, water, sewer, telephone.
Hey everybody, it's me, AV. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where we talk about all things law, true crime, and a bit of debauchery. Now, we were just watching the live stream that showed Tiffany Henyard's challenge meeting, right? And for some reason, there was a sound issue. So I am recording this where you can hear it through my sound. And instead of having a live glitch, we're just going to put this out there so that way you guys get the full audio experience. That being said, let's jump on into it.
Okay, you may proceed, and you will have a total of 10 minutes. You may not need all that time, but to provide your evidence and discuss what you would like for us to know about your candidacy and your residencies, which is what we're here for, not your candidacy, but your residency.
Okay, so I do have one question. So you
Yes, ma'am.
guys, meaning the board, are challenging me saying that I did not meet requirements of a year in Fulton County?
We're not saying that you did not. We are asking you to provide us with information that by the time that you are sworn in, you will have been a resident of Fulton County and what your subjective intent was. And we can say, I can say that not just you were challenged by Fulton County residents. We have received a plethora of information, whether it's been they've been Fulton County residents outside of Fulton County, media. And so we brought the challenge for you to have a chance to talk about your residency and whether or not you will meet the criteria. Our job is not to determine any extraneous issues other than residency.
Okay, so for the year, I just heard the lawyer say January of the following year,
27.
27 for 1 year.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
I want to start with that. Thank you guys for allowing me to speak.
Okay,
Thank you
opening
for
statements.
finally inviting me to the hearing. So I do appreciate that. And I just want to say this. I am a resident of Fulton County. I have always been a resident of Fulton County since May 1 of 2025. I like the fact that it's to the date of swearing in, which is January of 2027. But I want to say I have a ton of evidence, which I provided with you guys. Let's see.
With you or to
The first evidence that I gave when I got the email from your department was my lease. My lease saying that
Okay.
I live here in Fulton County, my intent to stay here, and I am a resident. Then I also sent you my renter's insurance. My renter's insurance states that I rent at the location that the news plaster all over the internet, my home, and basically say that I live right there in that cul-de-sac.
All right. What else, Tiff? What else you got?
Here's my ID. These are other evidence that I wanted to give, which I know you probably have it, but my ID that states that I live here in Fulton County has my address on here.
Okay. Well, it's her ID. Is it a driver's license? Is the question.
My next one is my voter registration card.
Okay.
That's this one.
All right.
My ID, voter registration card. The next one is my lease, which I gave you guys. So I have that again as well.
Lease and renter's insurance.
And I gave that right away. Right when y'all sent the email, I sent it literally the next day. I just wanted to show you guys that I live here. The next one is my renter's insurance. Everything's dated May 1 of 2025.
That's the date she moved in. Okay. That's when her tenancy began.
Also, I have a business here. I bought the New Wave information. That's my clothing store, 54950 Old National Highway. My business is here in Fulton County as well. On Old National.
So she bought a store.
And that's the plugger, about receipts,
The
about
plugger.
everything that you need to know about Tiffany Henyard to say that I live here in Fulton County. I just wanted to make sure that you had more evidence to justify that I live here. And then I wanted to make sure that we followed the law to the exact. The requirements for residency is you must be a resident of the county for at least 12 months before election or appointment, which you just stated, before January 1 or January 5th, whatever the date is of 2027, which that means that I'm way beyond 1 year of residency here in Fulton County because I moved here on May 1 of 2025. Residency means domicile. That means your intent, that I intend to live here. I have a lease here. My kid goes to school here. Choosing activities here. Also my business here. So I don't know anybody that will make a lease up and not live where they say and go to work every single day, which I know you guys have seen because everybody comes to the business, recording, filming. I live here in Fulton County. Also, must be a qualified voter, must be a citizen of Georgia, and must be 21 of age, and must pay the qualifying fee. I've done all of the above. I've crossed my T's, dotted my I's. Therefore, I qualify to run for the position that I'm seeking. I also have my guy, my boyfriend, Kamal Woods here to testify that we live here. in
Not the
Fulton County.
man.
And
Not
I
the
just wanted to
man.
give you more information to the why and that we live here and like kill the noise. That's really what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
So, can I call him up now or how you want me to?
Well, I can say, do you mind if we look at, well, I'm presuming you don't mind, you brought it here today. Can we get a copy of your registration for your business to see as a board? Because I don't know that we have that in our packet. Your state ID or driver's license, whichever it is, that has, can we see both of those so the board can look at that?
See, that's good that they asked that because at the end of the day, your business still needs to be registered in the state in which you operate in. Okay. Like sometimes, with business entities, you might be able to operate in 2 states. A lot of people do it for tax purposes where they're registered in Delaware and their home state. That's something that I do as a business owner as well, where, if I am going to be domiciled and operating out of one main state, that state is where the business should be registered. So that was a good question from the board there.
Do you have any bills like utility bills with you?
Yes.
It's included in my rent.
Okay. In her rent.
Okay, so let's check out that lease. All utilities? What about Georgia Power? Some people don't do that. They bundle it. Gas, electric, cable, Wi-Fi, everything?
Do you have from the Secretary of State for registration for business is what I was asking about.
Yes.
I don't have a physical copy, but I do on my phone. I can email it to you or text it to somebody right now if you like.
If
For
you
my
can,
articles?
yes. If you have it available. Attorney Pashuta, do you have that available?
She could probably pull it up.
The Secretary of State information? Our attorney may be able to pull it up for you.
I have a 5495 Old National Highway. Date of formation was May 23rd, 2025.
Okay.
May
That's
23rd?
May 23rd, 2025.
Okay. Thank you.
very close to after you moved and when the lease was enacted. All right.
And I just ran the business search on the Georgia Corporations Division, so that can be in the
Okay.
record.
That checks out.
Is there any other information that you want to provide before we close that portion of the hearing?
No, I just wanted to give you the required documents that was needed. I did check the list out. I gave you everything that was required to say that you live here in Fulton County. I would like to bring up my mate.
Okay.
That he can testify
Any
to.
witness you have can also testify.
All right. This is Tiffany's man, chat.
Sir, if
he
you would
comes.
state your name and your address.
Kamal Woods,
And your address.
240 Landon Way, Covington, Georgia.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the information you to provide is the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay. How would you like to proceed? What would you like us to know?
Just basically I moved her in there in May, but we had been coming back and forth before May.
Okay.
So we were staying in hotels downtown until she found proper living quarters that should have been secret, but you guys made it public. She is notable, so
Okay.
it's not
Is there
good to see someone's house on the news.
is there anything else you want us to know with regard to residency?
It's
Other than
about
what you stated.
asking me questions, so I'm here to answer.
Oh, Kamal.
The board might have questions, but I didn't know if you were prepared as a witness to make a statement and you said where you lived and things like that.
Right.
Okay. Anything else, Miss Henyard?
I just want to tell her If they got any questions, anybody got any questions?
I'll handle that part after Ms. Henyard's report, and the board will ask questions probably of Ms. Henyard. And it could be of you as well.
Is she filming?
What else?
I was saying, is there any other presentation you want to make before
they
we
filming
ask
on-
you questions? I want to give you
Hold on. Are they filming on that phone? Did y'all see that?
a full and fair opportunity to make any statements that you want to make
Just
first.
the
If you would begin again, because it didn't get picked up.
Sure. I said, my residency is real, lawful, and fully supported by evidence. I physically moved to Georgia in May of 2025. I established my home, opened my business, and I have continuously lived here. Under Georgia law, residency is based
He is filming, chat. Look at that orange iPhone.
on actual presence and intent to remain, not paperwork time. The facts are clear. I live here, I work here, and I'm qualified to run.
All right. We'll close that portion of the hearing.
I
And
want to just add just a couple things
continue
into
on.
record just so that you guys will have it.
all right.
Georgia law, OCGA 21-2-217 defines residency as where a person actually lives with intent to remain.
Okay, so that's the statute. Definition.
And last but not least, basically, I just want you guys to know that the law was clear and the evidence is clear. And again, I live here in Fulton. I built my life here, and I meet the legal requirements to run for office. This challenge is not about residency. I feel it's about politics, but the facts made it clear, and the facts matter, and the facts are on my side. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And you should remain at the podium for questions from the board. Anyone who wants to go first?
They straight up filming.
Member Crawford, then Member Selby, and then Member Adams.
Straight up filming.
Okay.
Crazy.
You said that your utilities were paid under your lease.
Yes.
Is that correct? Well, under your lease, it says resident is responsible for payment of all natural gas, electricity, water, sewer, telephone.
Oh my God. Keep going.
Cable. Do you have any bills to support that? Because it's not, according to this lease, it's not paid by.
So, yes, I do. And
Wait,
it
so
is
you
in the
lied.
payment. So I can show you
But you lied.
like a screenshot of my phone from the app that
You
we have
said it was
with the
included.
leasing agent that'll show you water, trash. It'll show you, and then it'll show you me paying. So I can pull that up.
Well,
for you
but
right
it said, but it says resident is responsible for payment. So,
Correct.
do you get billed, or do you get a separate bill from the electric company?
Electric is in Kamal's name, but the water, the trash, all of that is in my name. It's all under my lease. So when I make my payment, it tells you what I
Water
pay.
and
That's why I
sewer.
said I can show you the payment register, and it'll show you me paying those things that you're speaking of, because it's included in the lease.
Okay, if you'll get that copy, I would appreciate,
Sure, I'll do
please.
that now.
And my last
I don't
question
think
is,
she's telling the truth.
what did you do in Illinois to cease being a member of cease being the mayor since your term was not up?
Wait, say that again?
Since your term was not up in Illinois and you had moved here, did you resign as mayor?
My term was up. My election was in February. I did not win re-election. Therefore, I seek to move from the state. And that's exactly what we did.
I guess I had the date wrong. I apologize.
It's okay.
Member Selby.
Thank you, Ms. Henyard, for coming and for, taking the time to run for office. I know it's not always to put yourself out. It's not easy. I hope you respect our position of needing to make an inquiry based on questions that have arisen about your candidacy. Share with me, so you are currently registered to vote in Illinois, is that correct?
No, I'm currently to vote here in Fulton County.
Right.
Okay. So,
I gave you my voter registration
mhm,
paperwork.
okay.
She did say
And
that.
it may be that just that the Illinois still has you as registered, but I assume that there's no requirement that you call and discontinue your registration, but I guess it would happen in the normal course. But right now it shows that you're still registered to vote in Illinois.
Wow.
When was the first date that you paid rent in Georgia?
I can't hear you.
When did you first pay rent?
May 1.
So you moved in May 1. When did you actually make your first payment? Did you make your payment May 1?
May 1. You have to
Okay,
pay money to move into the place.
Okay.
I wish they let me in for free, but you got to
So
pay.
so
That's
the
2025, correct?
of 2025. Okay. And you live in, is it Union City that you live in or College Park? What city is it?
It's Union City.
It is Union City?
It is.
Okay. And you're self-employed, so that's the only employment you have right now is self-employment with
That's
New
correct.
Wave?
That's
Okay.
correct.
Yes, your friend, I think it's Kamal Woods, is that right?
It is.
Had mentioned that you guys were traveling here to before you found your residence to move into, coming in and out of town, staying at a hotel. How long were you doing that? Coming in and looking for a place.
So it was just the month of April.
Month of April?
It was.
Okay. Okay. And when was your last day as mayor in the city that you were in?
Basically, like I just spoke to her, I lost the election in February, so I was no longer the mayor.
But-
Somebody else had won. And it's just a matter of.
But when
swearing in.
was your last day and the new mayor sworn in? Is my question.
The new mayor got sworn in May 5th.
Okay, so were you mayor till May 4th?
I was no longer serving in that capacity. That's why we was transferring to this state.
So after the election, there was no mayor until,
Basically, I was
May
a lame duck. Basically, I couldn't do anything.
but you were mayor, correct?
My title was mayor. Yes.
Okay. Okay. And are you aware? Well, first of all, you lived on Dobson Avenue in Illinois, in Cook County, correct? And was that a lease agreement that you lived there?
No.
Okay. Did you own the home?
No.
How did you live there?
Hell.
I live there. Everybody know my story. I'm not here to put
Ma'am, I
anybody else
don't know
in
your
jeopardy
story.
as it relates to addresses. But everybody know where I live. I'm a public figure, was a public figure, and therefore people knew where I stayed. But currently, I live here in Fulton County. My address is what everybody displayed on the news, and basically, I've been here since May 1, and I have a lease. So we're supposed to stay within the laws. The law requires me to make sure I have domicile and my intent. My family lives here. My business is here. I am here. I live here. So we can talk about the past, the what ifs, but right now, the law is the law. I stay here in Fulton County.
Okay. I
can't get over the orange phone on the podium. I've never seen that. I've never seen that shit before. I've never seen that shit before.
just gotten information, it's not verified, but that you are still at the Dobson Avenue location as early as the beginning of 2026, but it's unconfirmed. Somebody
That's not
just
true.
sent it to me.
Yeah, that's not true at all.
Okay. And so when you moved here, you got your lease for your place to live. And when did you get your driver's license?
I'm not sure of the date I got it,
Okay.
but I do have it.
Based on what you turned in and based on Catherine Glenn's information, you got your driver's license on February 26th of 2026.
Okay,
Does that sound right to you?
it does.
And you registered to vote on February 27th of 26.
Correct.
Okay. And prior to you getting your driver's license here, did you have your Illinois license? Is that what you were using to drive?
Well, I don't drive, but I do or did have that license. That's correct.
Okay. So are you aware that in Georgia?
See, I see where she's getting at here. And as a resident myself, or when I move to Georgia, here's what I will show you, okay? Without revealing everything. It's my Massachusetts driver's license, okay? And then this is when I moved to Fulton County. This is my Georgia driver's license. All right. Now, what happened is when I went to the DMV, I had to show my lease, proof of residency, utilities, all of that in order for them to issue me this guy. Now, what they did is they took this Massachusetts one and they permanent marker, no longer valid. Okay. And then they said, welcome to Georgia. Okay. That's how that worked. Now let's see what's about to happen because I think I know where she's getting at.
Georgia, to be a resident, within 30 days, you have to get your Georgia driver's license.
No, I'm not aware of that. But again, that's not a requirement of when I change my ID. The requirement is where I live, my domicile. It has nothing to do with a license.
Well, following Georgia law does have to do with whether you're a resident or not. I don't know if you know this or not. I'm pretty basic when it comes to tech stuff, but I did a search for how to become a Georgia resident, and it says first you get a domicile, a place to live, and then within 30 days you get a driver's license and you register your vehicle in the state.
That's what I did.
And that's it. Those are the only requirements. And then it suggests that you register to vote, but it doesn't require you to do that. Are you aware of that?
Again, I'm sticking to the law. The law requires me to make sure I live here in Georgia, that I have a lease, a legal lease that you do have.
Right.
Meet the requirements of 1 year of living here to run for office. I mean, all those
But
requirements.
see, that's what I don't understand. Because even with me, I was not allowed to transfer this driver's license from Massachusetts to Georgia. I had to apply for a Georgia driver's license. That's why, I don't know, but you have to show the lease for proof of residency. You can show other things, but some ain't right here. Some's just not right.
Based on OCGA 40-5-20, Georgia law requires that residents get a license within 30 days. So, and it looks like it was February 26th, based on the information you gave us and Miss Glenn gave us. You got your driver's license on February 26th, which would be less than a year before the position takes place,
That's
correct?
not true. That is not the law. The law does not state that. And I will refer to the attorney to state the law. The law states
Tiffany?
domicile. The law states a resident
Tiffany?
living here in Georgia for 1 year from the date of my lease. My lease is May 1. I
Okay.
live here in Georgia.
Okay.
It
How
do
did
not
you-
say anything about you got a timeline to change your ID
How did
at
you-
all.
How did
It states, where do you live? What is
how
your
did she?
intent?
Well, I also did a search. I don't remember the wording, saying, I just moved to Georgia. What do I do to become a resident? And it said the same thing. It said you have 30 days. And I do want to tell you too that in most states, I looked up the states. Most states, it says within 30 to 60 days, you have to get your driver's license and register your car. And in some occasional states, it says 90 days. But Illinois and Georgia, it's, under 60 days. So that is a
Again,
requirement.
That has nothing to do with the law. If I just stated I do
Okay.
not drive, and you're saying about a driver's license, I don't drive. He drives. I don't even own a car. So again,
Okay.
you're hovering over something that's not relevant to the law. The law states domicile, which I have, which I just proved to everybody. I gave you documentation.
Well, wait. Wouldn't we still have the same requirements for an ID? Can you transfer your ID? Like, I don't know.
gave you everything you need to say that I am a Georgia resident.
One more question. Did you know that in Cook County, Illinois, to hold an office there, you have to be a resident in that jurisdiction? So you were the mayor until May 4th of 2025, but yet you're saying you became a resident of Georgia May 1st of 2025.
So 3 days. Are we gonna? I don't know.
Okay.
So were you a resident of both states at the time?
I already answered that. I was a resident here May 1. of
while you were
2025.
mayor and
You can word it however you like. I was a
Dolphin.
resident here of May 1, 2025. I no longer had the position. I stated that, testified to that. February of 2025, I lost the election. Therefore, we start to transition here to Georgia, which she
Did you get-
testified to as well.
did you get paid through May 5th or May 4th as mayor of Dolton?
Tiffany.
Yeah, and I just wanted to read something for driver license time and a late Georgia license does not automatically default residency if actual resident existed. So I want to put that on the record.
I couldn't hear what you said.
I'm reading something again from y'all laws and from your book.
From y'all's law.
It says
Tiffany! No, this is not how you connect with Georgia voters. Tiffany! Stop it! Don't get defensive.
driver license timing. A late
Y'all's
Georgia
laws.
license does not automatically defeat residency if actual resident existed. I just wanted to put that for the record so that
Can you give me the citation on that? That would be
Yeah, hold on.
SCGA what?
Yep, let me get
Yeah, and that's the other thing. If you're running for office, please don't call it y'all's laws. Like, don't. These are statutes that you have to abide by, and that you're moving into this area to defend, to change, to like create more demonstrative change with legislation or whatever her seat really holds. But like, don't call it y'all's laws, Tiff. Come on, Tiff. Come on, Tiffy.
how you doing that. Here, from it.
Give us a statute.
Okay. Once I get it on here, the code for that, and then I recite it. Or the time can look it up too. I have while you're looking at that, I have a couple of questions for Attorney Pishuta. With regard to residency, did you state that it is not just domicile, it is several other factors, and it's the subjective intent of the candidate?
Yes. So 21-2217, it broadly refers to residency as to voter registration, but those are the same requirements for candidacy, essentially, because you have to be a registered voter for the district that you're running in. So in subsection A, there are, if my counting is correct, 16 factors to kind of weigh.
Wow.
And then in subsection B, what it tells...
Can you read those factors?
Well, and what I was going to say, so in subsection B, what it tells the board to consider is, in addition to the applicant's expressed intent, you can look at any relevant circumstances determining the residence.
Okay.
And you can consider the applicant's financial independence, business pursuits,
Okay.
employment, income sources,
Yep.
residence for income tax purposes,
Mhm.
age, marital status, residence of parents, spouse, children, leaseholds, site of personal and real property, motor vehicle and other personal property registration, national change of address information, and other such factors that the registrars may reasonably deem necessary to determine the qualification.
And one of the questions I have, based on Member Adams' inquiry, does the driver's license by itself indicate that you are not a resident if you do not get it within the required time period?
I think it's a factor that you can weigh, but whether someone violated Georgia law as to when they should get their driver's license, that is not a determining factor. Whether they made a violation on the motor vehicle or driver's license code would not be like determinative.
But what
as
about
to,
the ID?
Whether
It's something
they
that can be weighed, but not a factor just by itself. Okay.
Right. And if I may, I'm sorry, I wanted to address Member Selby's question. So we do, Ms. Henyard did register to vote in Georgia in February 2026. We did receive a certified record from the Cook County clerk that she is still a registered voter in Illinois with the last voting history of November of 2024.
Okay.
but, and this is a common
Or do you mean
misconception.
April 1st?
Oh,
April 1st
sorry,
of
did I get-
2025.
Right.
Okay, apologies. I don't know where I got in November. But a common misconception is when you register to vote in the new state that you automatically get unregistered in your old state. And it does not occur automatically. At some point, Eric or one of those softwares will send the cross state checks to the Secretary of State. And somewhere down the road, it'll get taken off. Just public service announcement. I encourage you to just go ahead and reach out to Cook County and
Remove.
cancel your registration there. You can't vote in two states, but it doesn't, once you register in a new state, it isn't automatic that you come off the old roll.
And is that the same in Georgia as well? Doesn't automatically come off?
Correct. You do not automatically come off. And I think
why we got
people
dirty
just assume
rolls.
that
They
happens,
dirty.
but it doesn't.
Dirty rolls.
Ms. Henyard, before closing the hearing, you had said that you wanted to get the code section,
Yeah.
the code section that you wanted to provide to Member Adams or to this board.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, if you could just tell us the
Back
code
on.
section.
Put it back on.
And we wanted to see the
It looks like they were on FaceTime with somebody. Oh my God.
Okay, it is OCGA 21-2-217. A late Georgia license does not automatically default residency if actual residence exists. A Georgia license alone is not enough without actual living presence.
Thank you. One other question from Member Crawford.
Do you have that? Did you send that copy to someone on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need 2 seconds.
All right. Thank you.
Just if you just send it to Director Williams.
I was going to ask, that's a long code, OCGA 21-2-217. We're having trouble finding that in there. Can you tell us where it is in there? You
Yeah,
know,
like what paragraph?
A1,
Yeah.
B,
What paragraph?
C3.
I'm not on that right now, but the lawyer can help you guys with that. I'm getting the rent roll for her, so I have that here.
Member,
No, I
Attorney
don't
Prosciutto.
see that exact language. I have some annotations, but that, I mean, it's possible that came out of a litigation, but I don't have that
Out of a case.
in the code itself.
Oh, that's
What month did she want to see for the rent?
But again, I would
just
say
a second.
that section, I don't see it in the actual code,
statute.
but again,
Yeah.
I would just note that would be a factor to consider with all the other factors.
Okay. If you provided everything, we're going to close the public portion now of the hearing. Have you provided?
Right. I said, what month did she want to see?
She wanted to see your sending was, you said that the utility, when you paid your water and things like that, there was a separate section, I guess, in your rental agreement that you do it on an app or something like that, and that you could pull that up and send it. That's why I believe Member Crawford was asking for.
Yeah, I'm just
And you could
screenshotting one just so you can see it.
you can do that while we're deliberating, because that's all that you're sending. So that ends the public portion of the hearing. And Ms. Henyard, if you would like, you and Sir, I didn't get your last name, but you all could both have a seat. So we'll turn to the board to deliberate. And I believe Member Adams has a legal question for Attorney Prosciutto.
Have we still not received the rental agreement, the certified copy of the rental agreement? The one that we had gotten is, just typed in signatures. Did we receive
and,
an official one?
My paralegal tried to track it down. Unfortunately, it's a large corporation that owns a lot of properties in Georgia. So they have not been the most cooperative. I opted not to send a formal subpoena because we really don't have a method of enforcing it. Even
We don't have what?
a method of enforcing it.
But we didn't try it?
I didn't.
Okay.
And originally we were on a tight deadline, but we did reach out to them, but and to the registered agent as well, but being a corporation, we just.
So I understand Chad Alexis, which says your Chad Alexis in front
Oh,
of you,
okay.
had told us before that when he had reached out to the company, they said they needed Miss Henyard's agreement to send us that.
Consent.
Do we not get
I'm
Miss Henyard's agreement?
not aware of that.
Okay.
I apologize.
We had several ORRs and
Mhm.
open and a couple of things subpoenaed. Did you receive anything else?
I tried to subpoena for water records. Did not get anything back. I did reach out to the Cook County Clerk of Court. That's where I received the voting history.
Right.
When I looked at the property in Illinois, it appeared to be in a family member's name. So
It appeared to be what?
or at least with someone with the same last name, I believe.
Okay.
So it was not property that she owned.
Okay.
So
Okay. And you were looking for a lot of the payroll information of how long she was paid. I remember we talked about that in the first meeting. For the mayor and the other position she held within the county, some supervisory position.
we did receive. I'm not sure if it's in this packet from is it the city attorney?
City attorney.
That provided some information and that she was in the role until her predecessor. Like there was a gap between the election, but she was in the role until her predecessor was sworn in.
So that was the mayor position, correct? So she was in that position till May 4th.
Or May 5th, I think it said. But
Okay. And there was I am confused about the other position she had. She was some kind of
Supervisor of a township.
That's right. Supervisor of a township. Did we get that payroll information?
no, we did not. Sorry. I did not ask for that. And that may be just my confusion with the two roles because I believe they're similar and maybe.
They
with
sounded
that,
separate
okay.
to me. So I wasn't sure on that. Okay. Okay.
Any other comments? It's not either to the attorney or just as a board member that you want to make any comment before we take a vote?
Yes.
Well, Member Williams, did you receive? Okay. Well, we'll let your computer get back up. Okay. Member Selby.
Yes. For clarity on the driver's license issue. So I took a look at 4520, and it appears to me that you're required to obtain a driver's license within 30 days if your intent is to operate a motor vehicle. And I don't.
Exactly. What
Is
about
that
an ID?
your read, or I don't see that as requiring you to have one as a matter of course.
I know what's going on with the microphones, but I want to know the answer to that too.
The caveat that I'm looking at it very quickly, it does appear that is the requirement before operating a motor vehicle in the state.
So the absence of obtaining a license within 30 days doesn't mean anything if you're not intending to operate a vehicle.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Why isn't anybody asking about a state ID?
And she said that she had an Illinois license before that. So living here for over a year with an Illinois license, you don't see an issue with that?
Oh,
Well, legally you're saying is there something there?
Oh.
And let's refer to as candidate Henyard as opposed to she.
Not that I am aware of off the top of my head. I mean, there may be other requirements in Georgia.
Listen, they
So,
slashed
and
they slashed
I-
it.
cannot, and I apologize,
my
I can't remember off the top of my
God.
head the requirements when you come in to vote. But I do know that people do come in sometimes with out of state licenses. Because you're just showing, as long as they're not expired, you can show an out of state license even when you come in to vote and you're registered to vote.
For our purposes, though, our inquiry, am I correct, is limited to residency by the time the candidate Henyard is sworn in.
Correct.
Okay. 12 months.
Yes.
Okay. Based on the totality of the evidence.
Yes.
Okay. Any further inquiry or any further comment? Member Adams? Because your light is on. That's okay.
Turn it off.
Member Crawford? We're just waiting for Member Williams. Member Selby, do you have a question?
Yes. So we have the rental lease agreement, and it looks as though it's been electronically signed.
That's
but
what we were just
I don't
talking about.
have any of the accompanying details to show that it in fact was electronically signed. The authentication pages, they follow the e-signatures. I think obviously we're Uniform Electronic Signature Act, but I don't see any verification that it's been signed. Do you have any other document that shows
I
it was signed on
don't.
this date?
This was submitted by Ms. Henyard, and again,
Okay.
you have the discretion to consider what kind of weight that you want to
All right.
to give to that.
And then just is the email with the payment information that
That's what we're
is that
waiting
what you're
on.
saying?
That's what we're waiting on.
Okay, got it.
Interesting hearing. What did y'all get from it? I got these from it.
I'll come back.
I want to know what's going on with those. Because if it's a state ID, that's one thing, but she still has her driver's license from another state. But I don't know if, she ended up getting a state-issued ID card. Okay, so we have her phone now, and they are showing it to all the board members. This is the rental utilities payment portion that we were talking about a few minutes ago. I mean, the lease agreement is a binding contract, and it does say that she is responsible for her utilities. But water and sewer and trash might be included. I don't think that includes gas or electric, Wi-Fi, things of the like. All right, so yeah, guys, I popped on here to go live earlier. We were having some audio issues, so I did want to record this one solo and premiere it. So if you were interested in watching the hearing, that you can get a better perspective. I will get this ready for upload right away. And if you are watching this, this is AV from the past and you are in the future. Stay safe out there. See you in the next one. Bye. Also, let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section. Will Tiffany get qualified as a candidate? Let me know what your predictions are. Other than that, we are back tomorrow with the Julio Fulio case. We are here 9 a.m. sharp, and we will be ready for opening arguments. Stay safe out there, y'all. See you in the next one. Peace.